Linda, did you have a question?
Yes, if you're talking to me. No, it isn't a
Yes.
question. It is a comment that I have been thinking about for a long time, and that is, I'm not. I don't know exactly how to say this, but I was here when it happened, and there aren't too many people left who were here. And I was married to a man that I loved very much, Jerry Miller, who was on the committee that made the final decision. And I wish there were some way that I could ask him, what made you come up with this? But I'm hearing so much of the background. I don't feel like I need to ask that question. But I do remember that he was very, he'd come home from meetings and just be, very disturbed by and how things were going. And I had no idea what was happening. And I certainly don't apologize. I mean, I do apologize, but I don't have any, any reason other than I was kind of clueless. And I think a lot of people at that stage, maybe of their life, but that many years ago, were clueless. And I've learned so much since then. And I have so many friends that I have valued over the years. And it's hard to know what to say. But I really feel that a lot of good things are coming with this overture, real tangible things that need to happen. And I hope it all works. I want to say I'm sorry, and I am, that I was so clueless. Anyway, I'm really with you, and I'm glad that I'm still alive to see this happening finally. So thank you,
Linda,
all for your presentations. You've all been very helpful. And I don't want to take up any more of your time, but.
Thank you, Linda. Lillian?
Oh, thank you. I want to give a response to Linda's comments, because Linda, that was so beautiful expressing. I'm glad, it was good to hear that your husband was unsettled and struggled with what was happening, and your comment about it being clueless. I want you to know that that was not unusual. I believe Janet Burke had said that it was through reading Jocelyn's article and through reading the overture that she was beginning to understand what happened, because she said her father, Dr. Sobolov, would not talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
It was so painful. He would not talk about it. And I have a personal anecdote, and I shared this with the Overture Committee. Part of my family is Presbyterian. My great-grandmother was actually married and given her last name by S. Hall Young, who we all know is one of the first Presbyterian ministers in Southeast Alaska. Well, they were faithful attendees of the village church in the Juneau Indian Village, and also very involved in the Memorial Church. Well, my aunt, Alice Nelson, when I was a young child, she told me that she didn't trust Dr. Sobolov. And as a young child, I didn't know what to make of it. She wouldn't give me any details. But her children, Judy Franklet, Evelyn Myers, they loved Dr. Sobolov. And as an adult, so many decades later, the conclusion I've come to in my mind is that Dr. Sobolov announced one Sunday morning that the Memorial Church was being closed, and my Aunt Alice must have felt betrayed by him. He didn't explain why it was being closed. And I said, I carry a little sadness in my heart, because for many years, I've been a member of Northern Light for decades. I did not have a real close relationship with Dr. Sobolov. And in the back of my head, I could always remember as a child being told by my aunt, there's something I don't trust about Dr. Sobolov. Well, now I can fill in the story. And I'm sure it was all related to the closure of that church. And so I think it's a really healthy thing that we're looking back at that and teasing out what really happened, and the pain, the silence, the glossing over. It's a good thing to acknowledge that there was a lot of silence. So your feeling is one that many people shared. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess.
Lillian. All right.